The story begins in 2021, where Obby Creator was starting to get popular. Sheastyfr would meet the very large featured player, Cakey. To most people, he seemed like a friendly, helpful guy. He'd make himself seem approachable. Cakey acted like a normal Obby Creator player. But once he gained your trust as a friend, things changed. He started asking for favors, small at first, then bigger. He'd pressure people into making models for him, designing parts of his obby, and even managing his Discord server. He would specifically go after new and vulnerable players so that he could exploit them for models, free labor, likes, popularity, and publicity, money. He never gave anything in return. Nothing. Cakey's real personality came out when he was in private servers. He was mean, short-tempered, and flat-out abusive toward people who trusted him. He became unbearable to be around, and he would constantly lash out at me and verbally abuse me. He would also go as far as begging Sheastyfr for Robux, once even asking for over 4,000 Robux just to buy a crappy limited hat. Now there was a blank period for a while where no one heard from Cakey. For a while, people put up with it, maybe because they didn't see the full picture, or maybe because they thought he'd change. But eventually, some of his fans or victims started speaking up, and that's when things really started falling apart for him. A player named Lucabear789 decided to go undercover, pretending to be friends with Cakey while secretly gathering evidence. And what he found was shocking. Cakey had been showing kids, some as young as 11, how to create inappropriate image particles in Obby Creator. He was openly exposing minors to explicit content inside the game. That was the moment people realized just how far this had gone. Luca would go into a Discord server by the name Whoops Server, where he would go on to expose what Cakey has done to all of his fans and friends, who were oblivious to what Cakey had been doing behind the scenes. As a result, more people came forward with even more crucial information on the matter. Images were shared showing Cakey faking depression and suicide for attention. Enough was enough. Luca and others who had been gathering evidence finally exposed everything. His years of manipulation, the exploitation, the toxic behavior, and, of course, the parrot gull incident. And this time, there was no way for him to talk his way out of it. As a result, Cakey was permanently banned from both the Whirlpool Studios Discord server and Obby Creator itself. We, as a community, will no longer be hearing from Cakey any longer. All the sources came from Sheastyfr and Lucabear789.